Super excited to have Cubs pitcher Adbert Alzolay with us. Hey, we saw you last year, and the first thing we talked about, Adbert, was, we were saying, okay, what really gets your engine going? Would it be a reliever role? Would it be a starter role? Would it be a closer role? Well, it turns out you said right out of the gate, closer role, without hesitation, right? So how did it go? How did it feel for you as Cubs closer? Because obviously 22 saves, there's a lot of good results there.
It feels right, I believe. Like, just, you know, getting used to it, having the opportunity to go pretty much almost every day out there. I'm like, bitch, for this thing in the ninth inning, like, it means a lot to me. Like, it's just, you get that feeling through your body, like, you get all the adrenaline rushing, like, at the big moment. I just feel like that's what I play for. I feel like that's the only reason why I do what I do, is because, like, that's the only feeling I want to get. Like, I don't want to be like just chilling in there. Like, I want to feel the pressure of the game.
We I talked to you during the season about kind of yours and Justin's paths, and obviously Justin's path. He went to the starter. Obviously, he was an all-star, and maybe the ace of the team. Your path went a little bit differently, and you kind of said, like, sometimes things don't always go according to plan, but things still work out. Do you still feel that way? Do you still feel like, even though the path that you were on a few years ago isn't exactly where you are now, just that things still worked out for the way they should?
Oh yeah, it definitely did. I just feel like when you make it to the big leagues, then, like, you start finding, okay, who I really am as a pitcher. So, like, you gotta go through those levels, and I feel like, yeah, I was starting my whole life. Like, that was the only thing I did for 11 years. I was like, I've never thrown back to back before. Like I'm like, I don't know if my below is gonna be the same pitching from a night game to a day game. Like, it was like all this kind of random stuff on my mind. But I just feel like you get that mindset, and you prepare for that. So, and then you just gotta embrace it. That's all I did. I embrace it, and I really like what I'm doing right now. And it just really gets the best out of me, like, all the time that I go out there for the biggest moment.
You make me want to jump through the television when you give the old fist pump at the end. You get a save, you give it reminds me of Tiger Woods. Did you think about what that celebration would look like, or did that just come out of
It
your
just
body? That's just the way it is.
the first time I did it, it just came out like that, like, and then everyone loved it. So it's just like all the guys were like, you can't stop now, like,
Yeah.
you need to keep doing it. So that's exactly what we did.
What was there's a lot of moments, obviously, with the saves, 22 saves, and every time in that moment, you obviously are very excited, happy. But what did it mean for you, those moments coming in, the playoff race, where every game mattered, every game meant something, and even though you guys didn't get to the finish line, just that whole last 3 months of the season, it felt like you guys were every game mattered. So what do those moments feel
I
like
mean,
in,
it
in that?
was it was a playoff race. So it's exactly what I feel like, what I needed to experience first, because, like, I'm like, I don't know if I can go 70 outings after just throwing four last year. Like, it's kind of crazy. I'm like, I don't know if I can throw 60 something innings after just throwing 13 innings last year. So like I said, I just embrace that. Like, I know that I'm capable of doing all these kind of things, and, like, that's why I'm a big leaguer. And I just gotta adjust to it. And at the same time, it's just like, I just need to get three out. Like, it's just, you put it simple that way. I just need to get three out. So, like, I'm gonna go out there, and I'm gonna attack you with my best stuff. And then just the last 2 months and a half, like, we were just pitching and pitching and pitching pretty much every day, because we were playing 1-0 game pretty much all the way through the end. So, like, it's just like, it's a marathon, but, like I said, like, that's what you play this game for. Like, that's exactly in the position you want to be.
Yeah, I mean, the celebration after each save is the height of the season. Those are the highs of the season. How difficult was the injury late in the season in September to sit there and want to be on the mound, but not be able to be on the
I mean,
mound?
super difficult, because, in my personal opinion, I didn't want to stop throwing, but, like, the trainers were like, there is definitely something going on, because you walk three guys in one outing, and you're spending 2 months without walking a guy. Like,
Yeah.
there is something going on. Then when we went to doctors and stuff, it was a little inflammation, and that's why they decide that you need to stop throwing at least for 10 days. But I mean, it really hurt me. Like I was, I remember being in Alana because I could be activating Alana, and they were like, "No, we need to make sure like you're alright. Like we can push it that hard." And I was so frustrated because I'm like, there is 6 more games. Like I need to be out there. Like just let me go and play. You're seeing the guys just going at it every single day. Mayweather carrying the low, Lighter carrying the low when me and Foreman went down. Like it's just it's just like you're there and you don't know what to do. Like it really kills you.
So in that sense, have you done anything this offseason changed, your routines or anything through this offseason, especially when you said like you don't know if you could go 60 some innings in a year after being a starter for so long, doing back to backs and all that stuff. So have you changed anything up this offseason to make sure your body can withstand the whole 162 in a closer's role?
We pretty much didn't change much. Like just like I said, last year was my first time going through it, and now like I know what to expect.
Okay.
I know how to expect to be a high leverage situation guy. Like I know what it takes to be 6 months out there and be
Mhm.
pitching at least like every 2 days or something like that. Like I feel that now that I got that kind of experience and I know how I feel. Like I know how to control all those things throughout the season better. So it's just like I said, like last year, like just fatigue got to me at the end because I was like, yeah, I mean, last year, the year before last year, I pretty much didn't play. So like at the end, like it kind of got to me that I got that fatigue, but I just feel like we keep doing the same plan. I mean, me and Justin, we did it last year in Arizona. I'm like, that's exactly the same thing we were doing this off season again. Like it's pretty much the same thing we did last year.
Your manager, your new manager last year was the enemy on the other side of the arch rival in the other dugout, trying to figure out how to make sure you didn't get those last 3 outs. What was your reaction when you found out that the Cubs were moving on from David Ross and bringing in Craig Counsell as your manager?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it took everyone by a surprise because no one was expecting that move. But at the end of the day, like I just feel like they're just doing what is best for the team. Like when you put it in that perspective, and then you just look at this guy's career, like I mean, this guy have turned around things for Milwaukee that wasn't even in the picture. And then if you see like his number from 10 years being a manager, his ERA in his bullpens every year, like this guy is top five every single year out there with ERA bullpen. So that tells you a lot that this like he knows what he's doing, and he really knows how to manage a pitching staff.
Have you been able to have many conversations with him so far about maybe your own role or how likes to use bullpens or just anything like?
Yeah, we've been having conversation. He was down in Arizona for a whole week last week, and he was down there. We've been having a lot of conversation. I really like this guy. I like his mindset, his mentality. Like he's he came here to do a lot of good things for this organization.
When you saw Shohei Ohtani's contract with the Dodgers, my question for you is when your deal's up, will you defer till 2040 so the Cubs can afford you?
I mean, when you're making 50 millions in endorsement
Yeah.
money, then you defer all your contract. I got to do
Yeah,
the same thing.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I guess like they living in LA, I'll do the same thing. I'm like, if I'm making 50 millions out of baseball, yeah, just give me my money 10 years later.
That's a good
uh,
point.
the Imanaga, Shota Imanaga,
Hmm.
signing him earlier this week. Your reaction to that? Obviously, a pretty huge addition to this pitching staff, and hopeful for improvements for the whole team next season.
I love it. I love having two unique, different lefty coming every 5 days. Like that's something that it's really unique. Like it's just you got Justin Steele and now you got Imanaga, just rare stuff. Like
Mhm.
like this guy throws like 6 different pitches, but like every pitch like has something rare. So like just having those two different kind of view from those two starting pitchers, I just feel like it's gonna be really good overall for this team. I do really like the guy. Last I mean, yeah, yesterday when when I was watching his introduction, like the first thing he say how he act, like he bought me with that. Like I love his energy, and I kind of love the kind of personality this guy is gonna bring to this team.
I was going to say, I'm not going to pick one, but you and Morel, vibes and swag, you're like 1A, 1B. I'm not going to pick a champion. But this guy comes in Imanaga and he starts throwing out, "Hey Chicago, what do you say?" And my
that's
name's
what I'm saying. Like,
like,
as soon as I saw this, I was with a couple of the guys, and as soon as I saw that, I started just cracking up. I'm like, oh my god, I love this guy.
So as a baseball fan for you, are you paying attention to like free agency and stuff that much throughout the off season? Like, are you keeping up with that? Are you like really interested in like obviously who you guys get? Like, are you really getting antsy when things aren't happening, or do you check out on that a little bit?
I kind of check out a little bit, but at the end of the day, like, front office made their own decision. Like, there's the one that hold that kind of power. So like, I'm like, whoever we get, I know it's gonna make this team better. It can improve this team. Like, yeah, there is some players out there that I wish like we can get them, because like when that kind of talent is out there, like you can't miss on that kind of talent.
last year you guys finish one game behind Arizona, right? And then if you're sitting at home watching, Arizona takes that one game and goes on and gets all the way to the World Series. Does that give you a little perspective when you go to Arizona to start working out that, listen, every single game matters?
Yeah, I mean, it's from that. It just you gotta put it that way from the get going. Like, we play 162 games, but yeah, we lost a lot of games at the end, but we also lost a lot of one-run games in the beginning of the season. And then if you in May, instead of losing 8, 9 games by one run, you won 2 of those, we wouldn't be in the playoff. So like, just putting from that perspective, it tells you like today, like every single day, and then opening day, and then the last day of the season is just it's game 7 pretty much. Like, you go out there and you need to win. Like, every win is important, because what you say, like, we got out, we couldn't make it because one game. So like, it tells you like, no matter what the situation is or whatever, like you gotta go out there and win the game.
This past season, we kind of saw for you as the closer, as a reliever, like you had an improved ability to get lefties out, or to get hitters out on both sides of the plate. Are we? How much better can you be? Like, what can you do for yourself? What can we expect to see in an improved Adbert Alzolay in 2024?
I mean, it's just I don't feel I need to change too much. Like, I just I just need to keep doing what I did last year, pretty much. Like, just attack the best hitter with your best stuff. Because like I said, I just need to get 3 outs. So
Mhm.
I don't need to go out there and trying to do this and that. No, I'm gonna go on there. I'm gonna throw you the cutter first pitch. You gotta hit it. Like, you're sitting on fastball, so
Yeah.
that thing is gonna cut a 93 to you. So like, I'm gonna attack you, because I I truly believe in myself that when it gets to 2 strikes, it's over, because now you gotta face a slider. I'm like, you really gotta be ready for it. So it's just like, just going out there and execute pitch by pitch. I just feel like my mentality is just like, I want to get you out with this pitch. Like, I'm not trying to strike you out with the first pitch I throw, because I need to get you to 2 strikes. But if I can get you out, get a ground ball to Dansby or a ground ball to Nico with the first pitch I throw, then like, I'm gonna end up throwing 8 pitches, 9 pitches that day, and then I'll be fresh to come back the next day and pitch again. So it's just like learning, like managing those kind of situations, like knowing the guys you have around. Like, yeah, I mean, you can go for the strikeout and you can try to get the strikeout. You're getting a lot of 3-2 counts all the time because you're chasing the strikeout instead of trusting the guys that are behind you. So I just feel like when you have that kind of defense that we have, like that, like all up in the middle of the infield, like you need to let your staff play. Like, you need to trust those guys. Like, you need to be out there and go and execute pitch by pitch, because like that's a way of learning. Like, you need to get this guy out with his pitch, because he's not where you're throwing that pitch for.
That personal confidence is so important to professional athletes. Are you guys ready as a team to win the division?
Yeah, we are.
That's it.
The mentality is there. Like, when you got guys like Dempsey Swanson making sure like everyone is in the right page, everyone is doing what they're supposed to be doing right now. Like it tells you, it tells you a lot about like just overall the mentality that we have as a group right now. Like it's just yeah. Do we need more players? I believe so. Like we need a couple more players, but I also believe in the things that we can do. We proved it last year. Like it's just making a little adjustments, and then you can get the best out of every single guy. It's just like knowing how to deploy those guys into the game.
We all silly like the mayor.